Hi guys, welcome to another episode of in my YouTube channel where mainly react on UFC fights, and for this one I'll be reacting to the Sean O'Malley versus Diva Lishavili, so UFC 306. Please, if you didn't, if you haven't saw my reaction for Israel Adesanya's fight against this the South African, please go watch it, please, and then also don't forget to subscribe to this channel where I'll be giving more information about UFC, more upcoming events, and reaction. But for this one, I'll be reacting to the 306. Yeah, so please subscribe to my channel, and then uh, I'll be reacting to this one. To my opinion, I think for my prediction, I think Omalley got this one, to be honest. I mean, he's faster. He's way more accurate than. I mean, we can give the accuracy for Dashavili, but then I think O'Malley has more power. So here's the first round. Yeah, I mean, O'Malley is faster. He's way more faster. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, it's as if Dashavili was talking to someone of his team. I don't know, and then the fight was interrupted a bit. But then, yeah, I mean, it's a bit weird. But then I never saw this. But then, yeah. So I was saying like O'Malley is more faster, sharp, and more. They are both technical, but then just to give an overview, I think. The reason why I take O'Malley to win this one is because he's a knockout person. That's the whole difference with between him and Dashavili. Dashavili is great at everything, like everything as well. I mean, when it comes to takedown, head kick, striking. I mean, all of that. He got all of that, but then he's not a knockout person, and that's the main difference, I think. Yeah. Even though he said that he will be pressuring him and then running over him until the end for the 5 rounds, but I just don't think it's enough for him to um, come to the end of this match um, or taking the belt from O'Malley. I don't think so. But then right now it seems like, as he said, he's pressuring, like he's really pressuring O'Malley, and O'Malley is what I like about Sean O'Malley. He's a really technical guy. He doesn't like all of his technique are really structured. He doesn't just throw just to throw, out of nowhere. He plan all his all his movements, and then that's what I like with him. Yeah, and now it's as if like even though he's throwing less punches than Dashavili, but then it's landing. It's heavy and it's heavily landing on Dashavili. But then yeah, Dashavili is pressuring him, but then doesn't have any effect on O'Malley. Yeah, I was sure like he'll go for the takedown. But then even though he got the takedown, I don't think he will get much though. I never seen a match where he doesn't get any like many submissions, or even though when he takes down his opponents most of the time he doesn't um there is no damage on the on his opponents whenever he has a takedown. So I don't see how he might do that in I mean to O'Malley. I don't see that. But then, of course, I'm sure that O'Malley trained for the takedowns. I'm really sure. And then it's also an advantage to Sean because that's so an advantage for him because he's you know as he trapped um, Sterling, like Sterling tried to well he didn't try to he didn't try to grab him, but then there is he trapped it in a way that he was getting down below, and then he managed to throw a kick, a big kick, and which led him to get a knockdown and then finish Sterling. Oh, guillotine right now. Yeah, but then it won't work, as he said. I mean, and Sean has another advantage, which is like he's taller, right? He's taller than his opponents, and that's also a really big advantage, I guess. I don't know how the UFC, agree to for fighters to, to fight, even though um, um, even though there is a difference when it comes to the height, but um, I think it's a big advantage to for Sean. So this is the end for the first round. And then much I can say is that I'll give this one to O'Malley, even though uh, Merab you know got some takedowns and some takedowns and throw some kicks, but then I'll give this one to O'Malley. I mean, he throw more kicks and then and then striking as well, and then he it landed, which is the most important part. All right, and then he's bleeding, and then I knew that even though I think Merab will, come more, he'll try to pressure, O'Malley until the end, and then he's scared of nothing. But then I think even though he'll punch more, I mean, uh, even though O'Malley, let's say if he throw less, right? But then each time it lands, and then it lands heavily, and then it damages, like you can see the the result on Merab's face. I mean, right now Merab's face is bleeding, especially precisely on the nose. So um so that might be something big at O'Malley's side. And the way I'm really impressed is that I was I thought it would be Merab, pressuring O'Malley, but then right now, um, when it comes to going forward, I mean, it's Sean who's leading now, and yeah, and to be honest, I don't see what Merab can do much. He's not known for he's a really talented guy, but then he's not dangerous as O'Malley, you know. No, but then please also mind that yeah, even though O'Malley can throw like really nasty strikes, but then Um, Merab is a really, athletic guy. Like he know how to dodge, and he has some techniques, to counter all of that. But then for right now, he has a takedown. Uh, but then if he doesn't manage to, take advantage of the takedown, he won't give him much. No. And then if you see most of the time, like the way he wins, it's because like you'll see that Mera whenever he fights, most of the time is um it's because like there's no other how can I say, it's only him pressuring his opponent until the end, and he's the one, when it comes to the numbers and everything. What happens? Oh, Sean grabbed inside the glove of Merab, so Herb didn't like just said that he gotta be careful because it's not allowed. So that's why he stopped him. So Merab is still on top of O'Malley. But as I said, I don't think he'll do much. I'll be really impressed if he throw like some nasty punches, because he's not really known for that, not at all. And yeah, even for submission, I don't think so. I think it will require him much more work. But then, but I can also say that I'm really impressed though, because the way he's pressuring O'Malley right now. I mean, it's as if like O'Malley is really in trouble. But then can he do that, for the three more rounds remaining? I don't know. But then for this one, I can give it to Merab. The first one is for Sean O'Malley, I'm sure, but this one is for Merab. He's holding his neck. Merab is holding the neck of O'Malley, but then, oh, what's going on? I mean, Sean, like the coach, when as soon as the coach stopped both of these guys, like O'Malley run into Merab and directly starts he started to throw some punches, and then um, Merab didn't expect that, but then it wasn't the end of the round, so I can't really judge him. But it's a bit weird. I'll be honest. The way it started and everything, I really didn't expect that. It's weird. So let's go for round three. Um, I really expected to merab to just go and chase out Sean, but then um, I think he also think that he can't do that with O'Malley because you guys know who O'Malley is, and then like any mistake, yeah, so you can it can really go on his advantage, and then finish his opponent right away. But then I think Merab is got that in mind, so that's why he's not really going forward and pressuring him. Um, uh, but then yeah, so he got again the neck of O'Malley. He got O'Malley's neck once again. But then I will be really impressed if he manages to submit O'Malley. It will be really difficult because of the size. Like O'Malley is really big compared to Dvalishvili, and I'll be really impressed. Yeah, that's illegal. I mean, he's throwing like some um, illegal knee. Uh, I think O'Malley is trying to find out a chin, but then it's as if it's not that easy because Merab is a really um, he knows how to flow like each time like they both are fighting. He knows how he's really sharp, and that's what I like about him. I like the way both of them are trying to be really careful, but then they have to um, bring some excitement, and then not just because it makes it boring. So I got a small issue right now. Yeah, I think I'll give the third round. So that's the end of the third round. But then I'll give this to O'Malley. Like there was nothing much going on, but But as I thought, I mean, each time like O'Malley is throwing some punches, and when it lands, it's really, it has a really big effect on merab. Like you can see how his face is damaged, he's bleeding, and uh, that might give him some here, really good points, and if he continues like that throughout the rounds that are remaining, I mean, I think he can win. And then just remember that he's the one who got the belt, so he has an advantage. So here's the championship round. So here's the fourth round. And here again, I mean, I'm really impressed that, O'Malley is the one, it's as if he's the one pressuring up. But then he has to make sure that he doesn't Merab don't catches him again and then bring him to the ground once again, because he has some difficulties to find an exit and then continue to fight. He's trying to find out the chin, uh, but then he's too technical. Yeah, so another takedown uh, from O'Malley. I mean from Merab. Yeah, and then each time he has a takedown, he doesn't have like, when the takedown really counts when you damage the opponent that is on the ground. If you don't do that, then it won't go to your advantage. And just remember what happened between O'Malley and then when he fought. Um, I think it's is it Ian or it was another Russian guy, but then the Russian guy like um, um, you know was the one having like most of the takedowns, but then and then most of the people thought that he was the one who will be winning, but then it went to O'Malley because like each time O'Malley was punching him, it was really damaging him. So that's what might also happen. But then, for what I can see right now, I mean, he's really he's throwing like some big punches on O'Malley, and O'Malley's trying to get out, but then he can't. I mean, he's and then it's big ones. Yeah, he's really dominant. He's really giving hell to O'Malley. I mean, Sean has to try to find something because it's if it goes to the i- i- if it's the same for the fifth round. I mean, um, that that's it can it might not be good when it will come to the decision. I mean, when each time if Merab continues to take him down and then throwing some big punches, I mean, it can make a big difference, a really big difference. Yeah, so he's maintaining Sean on the ground, and um, oh, oh, big punches, big punches. I'll give this one for to Merab. I mean, I'm really impressed, really, really impressed. I mean, he gave all he got, and then um um when he got him and he managed to maintain O'Malley to the ground until the end, and then he was just throwing out he was just giving all that he got, and then um as, I will just give the fourth round to Merab, to be honest. So here's the fifth round. So let's find out what O'Malley might bring. Maybe um, he can give like a one-time shot, and then that might end the fight between both guys. But then it's as if it's not that easy. So um, so he's the one going forward right now. Uh, But then I'm really impressed that Merab is really technical. But then I think as he has noticed that, O'Malley is really more, he's faster, and then his strikes are landing. He might really go once again to the takedown. Yeah, I'm really sure. But then O'Malley has to find a way to, counter that, because if it continues, he might lose this one. Yeah, Merab is trying to not get close to Sean, because he knows what will be the effect, and then once again he got O'Malley to the ground, and then he's like throwing big punches, and yeah, yeah. So right now O'Malley is still on the ground, but then I think I mean, he has to get out, because if it can't continue this way. It can't continue this way. But then he's really struggling to find out the chin, because it's but he throwed one. Um, I don't know why he doesn't just go, and he's if you guys remember his fight against I mean the guy that knocked him out. I mean he was like throwing some really good combinations, but then right now, I mean, he's giving like giving less. There was no combinations like throughout the fights, and he's not really giving this entertainment that we all wanted. Oh yeah, so I mean, he's so close. He's getting closer to Mira, but then he's not punching. He's nothing from his um apart from his knee, and then like I mean, like I don't think he. I mean, he's not striking, and he's really close to Mira, but then he's not striking. He's nothing. Yeah, so that's the end. I mean, I'm really disappointed from O'Malley. I mean, I think I thought he'll give like this, this martial art where he just give like really good combinations and good strikings, and then he did throughout the beginning, but then as he was getting close to Mera, but he just did the opposite. I mean, he didn't throw. I mean, he did nothing basically, and I'm disappointed. And then I'll be really impressed if he win this one. I'll be really impressed, but then I don't think so because each time Merab was getting him to the ground. I mean, Merab was punching him, and then it was like he was really giving hell to O'Malley, and then to be honest, I didn't thought he'll go at that point, but then I'll give this one. I mean, I'll give this one to Mero. To be honest, he really impressed me, and then he was the most humble guy during the press conference, and I mean. I'm really excited to know what's the how the judge scored this one, and then logically, if if you as I've seen all the rounds, I'll give this one to Merab, to be honest. Yeah. So here's the official decision. I think it's Merab. Wow, yeah. So I'm really impressed, and whoa, I mean, like he's crying, and like he didn't really expect that. Not like he's and to be honest, me as well. And I'm really disappointed that uh I'm really impressed, to be honest. And like throughout the press conference and everything, he was so humble, and then he was just honest. He was just saying like, I'll give all of what I got, and then I'll give he'll give the best out of him, and then that's what he did basically. Um, but then at the opposite side, I'm really disappointed at the Sean side because um first of all because I didn't make a video where I predicted that he will win, but then um I thought that Sean will win this one because like he has more power and everything. He's more technical. I mean, he's really accurate. But then he really didn't. He didn't do that at all. I mean, it was like nothing, nothing. But please, guys, please, I'll be really interested to know what's your opinion on that. Please comment this video and then don't forget to subscribe and share. And then see you next time for more reaction videos.